What's up everyone, Ronnie here, and maybe you've gotten really good at your Kong vaults and really good at precision jumps and you're ready to combine them. Well, if you have both of those things down, this is actually going to be really easy for you to start doing, but here are some tips to just help you get comfortable with this motion and some ways to get really big gaps, really big Kongs to precisions. So let's get started. So before setting up for any big Kong to precision, you really want to train the motion on just flat ground. Find yourself a place where you can practice the Kong vault and then pick a spot on the ground to aim for and practice aiming for, because that's the easiest way to really train and condition this motion. So for example, here there's this crack on the ground right here that's going to be a similar distance to the Kong to precision I do in this other spot. So basically I'll just use this as a safe way to practice trying to land right there. One thing to keep in mind when doing the precision is whatever you're doing it on, you want to be skilled doing normal precision jumps to that object. So if it's a ledge, you want to already be able to do precision jumps to ledges. If it's a handrail, you want to be able to already do precision jumps to a handrail. When you're doing the Kong and getting the distance to hit the precision jump, one of the big things that'll help you get the distance is momentum. The more speed and momentum you have, the farther you'll be able to jump. But the technique in the Kong is also important for transferring that momentum into the precision jump. So what I like to focus on doing the Kong vault is that if I have a lot of speed, I'm going to be a little bit farther back than I normally would, so that I can really pop my hips up and extend and really launch from the wall so that I can carry that momentum forward. I'm going to bring my knees up and kind of not really lean back, but lead with my feet out in front of me and try and have enough momentum so when I'm hitting the wall, I'm not landing on it straight on top, but slightly coming into it so that I can use my legs to absorb the momentum and kind of stick myself on top of it. Because otherwise, if I'm landing with my body weight on top of it with a ton of momentum, I'm gonna bounce right off. It's super important that your foot placement on the precision is precise, because if you land too much with your heels, you have the potential to slip off. If you undershoot it and it's too much toes or you're on the wall, then you can slide down, hit your shins. There are safety things you can do, such as preparing for that, like going into a cat leap or a crane jump, but you want to be prepared to go into that if that's what you're planning on doing. Otherwise, you want to always aim for the balls of your feet so you have this room to land here, so if you do slip a bit, you still can stay on your heel, and that's just where you're gonna have the most control and the most power to keep jumping out of it if you are planning on doing a plyo or jump or stride out of it. So when you're first working up to a big Kong to precision, sometimes it can be a little bit risky because you don't know exactly how far you're going to get. So there's different things you can do to help control yourself, even if you don't make it, to not die. One of the first ones is to just hit the wall itself, aim for the wall like you're gonna do a cat leap or a crane jump. And with that, you just want to make sure you're leading with your feet out in front of you so that you're absorbing that impact as you go into the wall. Now in a different situation, if you're working up to a handrail precision, that can be a little bit more sketchy and dangerous. It's one of those things where you kind of do have to fully commit to it. There's no undershooting on a handrail unless it's above a wall, because otherwise your legs will go underneath it and it's gonna mess up your shins and knees. So ideally with a handrail, you want to practice somewhere close or next to it so you can make sure you're getting the distance, and then when you actually go for it, it's a matter of commitment. And with a handrail, I actually like to try and over jump it a little bit, because that way I can just tap my feet on it and keep going, which is much safer than actually undershooting on a handrail, because it's a lot harder to catch yourself. So there's your basic technique for doing a Kong vault to precision jump. There's a ton of different things you can incorporate. You can go wall to wall, wall to rail, rail to wall, and you can even go at different levels, going up or down. And it's just experimenting and just training at all sorts of different types of levels. And remember to always start with just flat ground first, so you can get familiar with that, and then you can always work up from there. No one's gonna make fun of you for doing that. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, but otherwise subscribe for more tutorials, and thanks for watching.